Hey everybody, okay, so I got back from the grocery market and running some errands. I just wanted to say before I go into detail on how I shop, that this has been a learning process. It wasn't that I switched my eating and began to eat healthy overnight. It's been a big journey. It's taken me to get to this point and to get my family eating healthy, going on 3 years now. So I just think a healthy eating lifestyle, especially if you're not used to it or you weren't raised with a healthy eating lifestyle, it takes some time to adjust and learn how to cook, learn how to incorporate whole foods into your everyday meals. Mia, stop. Dogs are bugging me. So yeah, I mean, I still struggle as a parent with my 5-year-old. I still struggle with getting him to eat what me and Richard eat, me and my husband eat. It's been, some days are a test. Some days put me to a test, put my husband to a test, and we just have to try our best and, gradually make improvements to kids can be picky. And we just gotta stick to it, stay consistent, and eventually he'll be on the same path as we are as well as eating. I don't cook anything extra for him, and he knows that. So it's either you eat what mommy made or you don't. Or you can have some cereal, little Cheerios in the pantry. I don't give him, I did that from the beginning. I don't make separate meals for him. I used to make like mac and cheese for him all the time and just try to accommodate him because I felt bad that he wasn't eating. But you go through this phase where it's exhausting to make, few meals a day. And yeah, if you're a parent, you know the struggle. So it's been some adjustment for him and for me to learn how to figure things out. With this new baby, I'm kind of into the groove, so I don't think I'll have as hard of a time with being picky, with him being picky. So yeah, just wanted to say that it's been a learning curve and not an overnight success story. What else? Meal planning. Okay, so I have a separate video on meal planning on how I do my meal planning. For me now, I don't, and I should though, but typically I don't write down what I eat or what I'm planning to eat for the week. Just because I eat the same things. I'm a creature of habit. I have the same breakfasts. I have the same snacks every day. For dinners, there's only so many dinners that I can throw together really quickly, and they're my go-to meal. So I know exactly what I'm going to be making during the week, which days I'm cooking, which days I'm not cooking. Typically, I'll only cook maybe 4 meals a week, probably 5. Usually, what I know, one of the nights we go to a church group meeting. So that takes off one day during the week. Like I'll take a side or something, sometimes the main dish. During the weekends, depending on birthday parties, what we have planned. So usually that's another day out from cooking. And then the third day is we typically eat leftovers. I don't like throwing food away, so we eat our leftovers. I hate throwing food away. It destroys me that I'm wasting food and throwing it in the garbage because it went bad and I forgot about it in the refrigerator. So that's just some little tips that you need to keep in mind. Like I said, whatever I cook for dinner one night, I will have for lunch the next night. I don't do a lot of separate lunches or plan for separate lunches. It's usually whatever protein that we had the night before, I'll throw it on top of some fresh greens to make a salad or something. Super easy, less thinking, and that's just how I trained myself to be. When I worked full-time, I didn't have a lot of time to cook, and I didn't want to spend my time cooking in the kitchen because I had other things to do. So when I would prep my lunches for the following day, it's whatever I had leftovers from the night before on top of the salad or some other kind of fresh veggie. And voila, that was my lunch. So keep it simple, don't overthink it, and you just have to get accustomed to your schedule and what works for you and your family. I'm going to take you on a little tour of my refrigerator. I went to Trader Joe's earlier in the week, so I have some stuff from Trader Joe's already here. So on top is like all our leftovers from the week. I have some pasta, some brown rice, or no, it's quinoa pasta with some sauce on top and mixed veggies. Husband forgot his lunch, I could tell. Organic milk, Greek yogurt, more leftovers in the back, salsa on top, some berries, fresh berries. Okay, this I just bought at the store. It's mozzarella cheese. I am making pizzas tonight. These are so good. Whole wheat English muffins from Trader Joe's. They're so filling. I only eat half of one in the morning with some peanut butter and honey, or some fruit preserves. More leftovers. So, okay, so when I make rice, I make it a lot. I make a lot of rice. For one, my husband loves rice. Aiden does too. I typically don't eat a lot of grains, but I do make a lot. So this rice doesn't go bad very fast, so we can spread this out during the week. Quinoa, on the other hand, I love coconut quinoa breakfast cereal in the morning. It's super yummy. It's like an alternative for oatmeal, but with quinoa. And as we know, quinoa has a lot of nutrients in it. Excuse me, a lot of nutrients in it, as well as some protein and fiber in it. Chia seed pudding. Okay, if you have not tried chia seed pudding and you love pudding and you love that, and you want something to give you that satisfaction from pudding, look up the recipe for chia seed pudding. I probably posted it in the past, so if you search my page, you can find it. When I was working in the office or outside of the home, I would already pre-portion the chia seed pudding into smaller containers, so it'd be just like grab and go for me. Since I'm home, it's in a bigger container. Organic sour cream. I'm pregnant. I have some cravings sometimes. Some Jell-O that I made for Aiden earlier this week. Maple syrup. I don't buy regular pancake syrup anymore. I use maple syrup on pancakes. French toast that I make. I use some maple syrup in my quinoa breakfast cereal in the morning. Ketchup that was left over from probably the party. And Clamato olives. Oh, these are so good. Seriously. So good. Okay, so these are meats that I bought today. Mozzarella I bought today. Some fresh lemonade that I squeezed with some agave nectar and water and ice. Pickles. Big jar of pickles. Almond milk. Cat food. And eggs. I made a video yesterday about the organic eggs that I get from a local farmer. The best. If you can get local eggs, they taste amazing. You can totally tell the difference from local fresh eggs as compared to a store-bought. Even store-bought organic eggs. Local fresh organic eggs are the best. So deli meat. Bought this honey ham earlier, like nitrate-free. Munster cheese is in there. Some Kobe cheese, basic string cheeses for Aiden's lunches, tortillas. We're Hispanic. Chorizo. Stick of butter. Put this back. Okay. So here we go. Fresh spinach, it's almost gone. Carrots, mushrooms that I bought at Trader Joe's. Greens that are microgreens that I got at Trader Joe's. Goes great on sandwiches or salads. Great little crunch and extra flavor. Some romaine lettuce, cilantro, green onions that I'm going to make salsa with later. Some leftover lettuce from a few days ago, so I have to use that up. Bottom drawer. Ooh, I have to clean that back there. Something spilled. I get my lemons, or at least I try to, from my grandfather's tree. Nothing like getting fresh produce off a relative's tree, unless you don't have one in your backyard. Avocados from my grandpa's house. Leftover tomato from the week that I'm going to be using up when I make my tomato